Hello people of Gensokyo, this is Savim playing Touhou Lost Branch of Legends, and today we're playing Cirno B. So basically, I know I played Cirno last video, but I was talking about the videos on the Discord a couple of days ago, and when Cirno B came up, I realized my only Cirno B video is like the over-explained, but it was mostly about the boss swap rather than Cirno herself. Obviously, you can see how Cirno B works there, and it's not like the boss swap like radically changes her playstyle, but you know, it was still far from standard run, and I kind of wanted to record, you know, something more standard for the teammate set. So that's what I'm doing today. Same rules as usual. Lunatic 7, Hidden Fate, try your best. That's about it. So, Cirno's one of the low money characters, so immediately my eyes go to lose all money again around a rare exhibit. If you wanted to like force the Midsummer Flowers build, I guess you could choose like remove a card, because Midsummer Flowers generally prefers having a low card count, so it can loop the so Cirno can loop the flower generators. But we're not really going to force it. Like if it comes up, we'll probably play it, but not gonna force anything from the start. So yeah. Sponsors, always like, you know, neutral option, but really like trade on low money characters, so that's what I'm going to go for. Oh boy, and I wanted the standard run. I guess we're dowsing today. Okay, so since we have the Dowsing Rods, we don't quite need to like take as many risks with elites and stuff, and our starting bonus doesn't give us any combat power, so I'm probably going to gap and dowsing on Wang. Not like I have money for the shop, and the elite is probably a bit too risky. First few cards I'm thinking I'm looking for, probably like Larva, or if we get like a social butterfly, that's pretty much our offense and scaling for the rest of the run on its own. Some strong defensive cards on the blue side most likely. The bottom one's getting Grace again, so let's just, you know, focus on the top one, since that one might actually die here. And we even get Dayuze to help us. Nice. Okay, so I am going to pop Dayuze here for the 14 block. No reason to take the damage. I don't have any other good source of block here. And I do want to take away one of the Grace. And, you know, use the leftover mana for an exile. Yeah, we're taking one, so a shame, but not exactly a massive issue, that's for sure. Better than drawing no defense and taking 11. No, there's all our defense. Good thing about not being like the first turn we had Dayuze there when we popped her defense is she's still in the deck, so once we draw her, she'll keep helping us out with some damage. Oh, yeah, okay. For a second I thought I might have been wrong there. Oh no, she's coming next turn. And with the Crow doing its like status thing, we would have gotten the kill guaranteed, because 6 damage this turn and 6 on the next one. But we don't have to wait that much. So, generally for teammate builds, I like building defense and letting the teammates take care of the combat. So, Careful Deliberation and In Play Side are both good options here in my opinion. They're both very good options, honestly. Not sure which one to pick. Because deliberations upgrade, I guess, yeah, they deliver careful deliberations mostly best with the upgrade, because it only costs one. While in play side is already very solid as its base form. So I guess I'm picking in plain sight. Yeah, like in plain sight is just very solid on base form, even better on upgrade. Like very solid upgrade. 2 grace is just so much, and the block means that even against multi attacks you're not screwed. So yeah. Would have preferred, you know, a blue card for defense, so we can use our green on our teammates. But oh well. Speaking of which, because I'm definitely using Crystal Shield here. Question is, am I using Daijuse and just starting the damage, or am I playing the boundary and trying to minimize how much I take? Honestly, the fairy can actually scale, and if we don't start hurting her, like the block she can get can actually be annoying. So I'm fine with taking 8 now if it makes it like a lot more likely that we won't be taking more damage later. And the fairy can be dangerous if you let her go long. Okay, at the very least though, in plain sight is full block of her double attack. 2 mana takes the shield, Daijose deals some damage. And yeah, it seems like this is going to be likely to be a kill. Goes down to 8, we have the ultimate now, so yeah. And yeah, this turn we could have actually taken damage assuming we didn't have Daiju here. So, not like an awful move to have taken the damage on turn 1, I think. Okay, so Frost Armor is nice, and the Unity gain isn't like awful, but it is very inefficient, like 3 mana for 8 or 10 mana respectively. I mean 10 Frost Armor respectively. Generally, like, not amazing. Does have Retain, so you know, we can keep it and use it when we don't need that much block. But generally don't really like that card all that much, honestly. And Gensokyo's Blossoming, you know, this could be like a Naya solution or something. Because if you spend all 5 mana, it does gain accurate. It's not like that amazing either. I think it's either Blossoming or Skip, but not sure which. Because Dowsing Rods doesn't really let me know what to do, honestly. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and skip. I'd rather not add cards I'm not sure I want. Okay, so lighter here is probably kind of useful. At the very least, if we play defensively early on and we play our teammates, we can, you know, pop the lighter with the teammates and stuff. Okay, so Leaf is very nice. Defensive green exhibit. Whenever we spend 3 green, we're gonna gain 1 grace. And that's pretty much gonna happen like every 2 turns. So this is basically grace every 2 turns. So far our deck doesn't really lean towards anything. Reimu would probably be the worst one here because I think she's the one that scales the fastest of these 3, but don't particularly care about any, I think. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get in the power. Or is this fine? Does make me think I wish I'd pick the Blossoming though. So let's go ahead and just go to this cup. I think we can choose, like, well, depending on how strong we feel we are here, we can choose whether to go for an elite or the basic enemy. So one thing to be careful of, by the way, with the teammates, she does pop the lighter if she deals damage, so it is going to be kind of wasted some of the time. Honestly, I mostly pick up the lighter because I feel like 7 HP isn't that big of a cost for something that tends to be pretty useful. But in this case, it could have been perfectly justifiable not to take it. Oh, nice, the leaf. Since I have plenty of defense, I'm going to try and focus on one of the spirits as soon as possible. So this would be 15 block. If I kill it, I'm only taking 1 damage. So I'm pretty sure I'm fine with this. Next turn, this is going to try and suicide. We got enough block of the... Oh, and we get the grace actually, so that's even better. We can actually use the tuck. Hopefully Daijose will hit the ghost. Nice, that's perfect. And the grace makes us not take damage here. And now we have Daijose's Midsummer Flowers, and we just finished the fight off of them. So yeah, very nice. Frost Refraction could be interesting. I'd be more interested if it was upgraded, honestly. But it is an option. It's not an amazing one. Stunning Arm is also not bad with, teammates, because if you retain a teammate with your natural draw, that's already 6 cards, so it's going to be a free attack a lot of the time. If we had a lot of, a few better things to do, maybe I wouldn't pick this up, but in our current situation it doesn't seem bad. Plus, it does have synergy with the leaf, since the feel it generates could actually help us. Yeah, I'm gonna pick up Stunning Arm here. Mostly because I don't really have that much so far. Okay, Kakaro is a random exhibit for sure. We get computer parts. Probably not going to be great, since, we're mostly going to be dowsing if we can. Still, it could help sometimes. Do I have any massive upgrades? Closest thing would be in plain sight. Yeah, I'm gonna keep dowsing for now. Okay, we get 2 upgrades on the Frosty Leaf Racers from the chopper. Shame it didn't hit the extending arm, but oh well. Though to be fair, I'm thinking about it now, this is basically just a knife. Gave us 4 attack on these, and that's it. Oh well. I feel strong enough for an elite at the very least, so let's try and go for it. Okay, so the idea here is I should for the vulnerable. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and freeze Blossoms here. Despite, not hitting on turn 2. Because I want to do both Frosty Razor and Exile Wolfer. And on turn 2, we will have Grace from the Leaf, so won't be that hard to defend ourselves. Extending Arm here is not ideal. And she is going to be dealing something. Taiyo was at the bottom, sadly. Okay, so definitely playing Daijo. Question here is, do I go on offense or just try and defend myself? I'm going to have 1 Grace, so if I do Boundary and Crystal Shield, I'm taking no damage here. But maybe I should just take the damage and go for Ring here. Next turn she summons, then next turn she uses her ultimate, her spell card. And I don't think I have enough damage to kill her if I don't start now, honestly. At the very least I'm using the flower. I know that much for sure. Am I blocking for 10 though? 42. That seems a lot more reasonable. That's an extending arm and a couple of big attacks. If we get lucky at all, Daijose will here. Yeah, that sounds a lot more reasonable. I think I can Crystal Shield here. Because this one's going to frail me. Not screw with my power. So yeah. Thinking 4. Extending armor here is free. And let me make sure I spend my Philo and green. And yeah, 20 damage seems perfectly reasonable. Worst case, we have Daijose here to give us some block, but I really hope it won't come to that, because, you know, she is going to explode all 3 of these. Oh boy. So at the very least I'm doing the free damage. Oh wait. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We have a 1 in 4 if we just go for the full attack, but Daijose will hit her. Maybe this was a bit too risky. Because if I kill this with In Plain Sight, I'll graze the explosion, I'll block this. So I'm still taking like 16 here and 14 here, so 30 damage. Going down to 11, that's definitely not great. Could just, I just say, at least go to 21 instead. But yeah, each enemy I kill is like 2 attacks gone. I guess not this one because this one's debuffing, but if I kill one, I'm not just getting rid of their attack, but also the extra damage from explosion here. Okay, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go for this. Actually, it's better for me if I kill this before I block. Yeah. Oh, I have the grace from this. Forgot about that. So I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I'm actually going to not take as much damage as I thought. Hopefully. So yeah, this is going to be... 30, and I'm blocking for 28. I mean for 18, thanks to Daijo here. So yeah, not taking as much damage, thankfully. What I did was definitely a bit risky though. Should have probably just... I mean, it's not like I'm not getting punished, I'm just getting punished for it less than I initially expected. But I did lose quite a lot of HP. Any damage? Okay, yeah. Thankfully, we only go just below half, and we do get to defeat Ring here. But, you know, maybe I risked more than I should have. Okay, so out of these, the only one that's at least somewhat appealing is Rainbow Danmaku here. Well, first, we have Extending Arm, which could help set us up for it. And second, it is a decent AoE option early game. Helps a lot with fights like the Kadamas or the Bats. Well, the Bats less, but still. I think I'm picking this up, yeah. Plus, you know, anything that gives us extra Philo or green is going to help us Grace. So if our turn 1 is like Rainbow Danmaku, we can use the Rainbow and then play like any 2 mana card, and we'll have Grace on turn 1. So yeah. Picking it up here. Honestly, Rainbow Danmaku is a pretty decent card. I think it's often underestimated. I don't pick it like super often, but I pick it often enough, honestly, and I feel like it really just doesn't get the credit it deserves. Okay, so Green Fairy could be kind of dangerous. Not turn 1 though. Turn 1 we're grazing. And hopefully we'll also be grazing turn 2, but I remember correctly, she's gonna deal like times 2 10 damage accurate. Yeah. Ooh, so we have to pop Daijose if we want to survive, huh? I mean, to not take a ton of damage, mostly. But if I do, what do I even have left? A bunch of defense, it seems. Taking that much damage isn't good though. That's for sure. I'm playing Daio for sure. And I think I am blocking with her. Otherwise I just... like taking 14 here leaves me way too close to that. I'm already considering if I should rest on the gap here rather than douse. So can't really afford to not defend myself here. And since Daiyose is gone, I have no reason to play the Midsummer Flowers to scale. I'm just gonna go ahead and cross the Leaf Racer. Obviously, we draw all our defense on the turn she's defending herself. We don't have enough damage to get through her block regardless, so we just wall for. At least we got rid of it already. Oh no, I limited one still. Oh boy, this really isn't looking good. I guess it's double block into Leaf Racer. Might actually have to think about Frigid Blossom here. Hopefully not soon though. Okay, I can do Rainbow Danmaku and then in plain sight. Or could Frigid Blossom. That gets me the upgraded Danmaku. I get to play the residue anyway. No, 2 damage isn't that bad. I'm just gonna go ahead and... Actually, I'm going to get Grace from this anyway, huh? So I can probably play the residue as well. Just take no damage at all this turn. What's better? Getting this or saving the rainbow for chances of this? Yeah, no, I'm definitely not going to... Like, what am I talking about? Why would I focus on scaling on a fight where she's at like 25 HP and I wanna end it as soon as I can before I die to the statuses? And this is it actually, that's great. Yeah, definitely happy that I used Daio for block here. Saved myself a lot of ping. We didn't have to waste our spell card. Okay, so Guardian of the Sun or Kasumi here. This probably determines which direction I'd rather take right now, at the very least for the short term. And we might be going for Midsummer Flowers more than Teammates, honestly. Not picking up Tiny Glacier, that's for sure. Thing is, Kazumi ain't bad with firepower scaling, not only because she obviously scales herself, but also because her -3 gives me knives, so those can use the scaling as well. She's actually a pretty good user of firepower because of it. We do have the incentive to use green mana though, which, you know, Guardian of the Sun, the power that gives us green and Midsummer Flowers. Maybe this is a flower build. Extending armor goes better with teammates though, that's for sure. Because these two both seem like extremely similar in power and on covering what we need to do right now. So I think I'm going to go for Kazumi because I'd rather show off teammates than flowers. Since, you know, I'm doing this because I didn't have a proper teammate Cirno videoing away. Okay, so do we gamble? I'm definitely not taking the money shower. Not really planning to go to a lot of shops because of the dowsing. And, you know, it's not exactly being easy to do these combats, so it's not gonna be easy to play. Am I gambling for a random rare though? Honestly, I'm mostly considering because I'm not going to shops a lot. So maybe it's worth it. Ah, screw it. Lost in Paradise, I guess that copies some of our teammates. If we need it for like long-term scaling. Not the best rare we could find here though. So I am going to go ahead and drink tea, because the elite is going to be dangerous, and like I'm pretty sure with 22 HP I'm not beating both elite and boss. So if I'm going to rest, I'd rather do it now, and be sure I don't die to the elite in the first place. We do get some use out of the computer parts at the very least, so that's nice. And we get the 3 fairies. Okay, not the worst of the possibilities. Not an amazing one though. But generally I prefer when it's like Luna and Sunny, because those two spell cards are like the least impactful. I'm probably going to just Frigid Blossoms into Rainbow Danmaku, I think. Just seems like the best idea here. Yeah, screw it. This applies vulnerable off of the lighter, and Raven and Makudupian is going to deal massive damage to all of them. Absolutely. And now I just need to... I'm going to go ahead and play the rainbow for the welfare, actually. Want to get rid of it. And I'm going to get Grace from this, from the leaf. So I don't need to defend myself anyway. I should have spent it though. Should have spent it for another stack. My bad. Missed that. Hopefully we're going to beat these 3 before we loop our deck. I mean, we shuffle our deck. Because, you know, they did lose most of their HP. And this seems like a kill on all 3 of them. Standing arm, into shoot, into the leaf razor, and you know, we did have to spend our spell card, but we just got a completely free 3 fairies combat, so that's nice. Speaking of just a knife, our 2 mana basics are dealing quite a bit of damage right now, I guess. As for cards, Fruit Freezes isn't the worst, because we do have like a few teammates, 2 with options to copy more, but it's not amazing either, that's for sure, and we don't have any other source of gold. I think I'm just gonna pick up Forest Depths here. Just give us another flexible defensive card, since we've added mostly damage so far after the in plain sight. Now we took no damage, so I feel confident in dowsing here. Or any of our new cards require an upgrade. We could upgrade Leap. Add 2 copies instead of 1, but like, there's nothing I'm quite as desperate to copy anyway, I think, so let's just go ahead and douse. We get Caracasa, which is very nice. Turn 1 block, plus, you know, a free upgrade, even if it's on a random card. We have 2 upgraded basics, so it's less likely to hit basics, thankfully. So there we go. So one thing to keep in mind about possible firepower scaling off of the Rainbow Danmaku, she is going to copy our firepower. So we do get Spirit as well, so it's not like the worst thing ever, but should keep that in mind at the very least. So just leave Razor. Oh, should have started with Shoot because of the lighter. Yeah, forgot about that. Since we already have some block from the Caracasa though, I only need 1 mana for the Force Depths block. I missed like probably 5 to 8 damage around, more or less, I'd say. Okay, this is just Crystal Shield, Boundary. Oh, I had the... I guess I could have shot them. Missed 7 damage, 8 because of the lock-on. Keep missing damage because of not thinking before hacking act and forgetting my exhibits. Okay, so am I just taking 14 here? Or am I playing Daijo? I mean, using her as block. Get 3 mana off of this, so 8 mana. Use 1 as block. Copy her before that, and have both Kazumi and the Daijose active. That sounds good to me. So there goes a spell card, our spell card. Actually, would I rather have Daijo or Kazumi? Probably Daijo, just to have another emergency block, honestly. We might need it when her spell card happens. Also, we're going to get a flower off of this, so extending arm is actually gonna be free. Oh, I don't need to pop for block, because all of this mana expenditure is going to give me grace. Yeah, forgot about that. That's nice. So I just get to keep all the Daijos here? Or, you know, I could just double flower. That means when I ult her, it's going to be a ton of damage too. So I'm gonna have 2 scales already. I mean 2 flowers scaled up already. Yeah, that seems better than Kazumi here. Since I'm very likely to get to Daijo's AC ultimate. It's like 3 more turns. Okay, so just do as much damage as I can. And defend myself from the sunlight. She fills our deck with junk. Okay, so the leaf isn't happening unless I go like Danmaku into Rainbow. Which doesn't seem like a bad play, honestly, just deal a ton of damage again. Rainbow, Frosty Leaf. Honestly, this leaf has been giving us so much fucking defense. Actually relying on it so much. Okay, so here comes the final spark. We will be taking 20 if we just let it happen. Because of the sunlight here, it's going to take buffer block. Should I just use... I think I can just use one of the Daijos. Yeah, using both doesn't feel right. Because it's like 6 damage. I heal half my HP on the combatants. So I'll be fine. That way we don't take quite as much damage. We still have an ultimate available for when it's a go. We deal 6 extra damage right now, so that would be 18 plus 21. Still not it. But you know, for now, we just keep fighting. Gotta start with the arm, sadly, despite wanting to take the grace with the shoot first, because, you know, she does have some grace of her own. And I will be taking slightly more damage here, because I'm only gonna defend once. I'm gonna take 6, going down to 31. I'm gonna be mostly fully healed. Like, not completely topped off, but close enough. And this way, next turn, I'm guaranteed to get a kill. Because I'm gonna pop Daijo's ultimate, Kazumi's active for the knives. And actually, I guess I could have defended her. Maybe I didn't need quite as much damage. Because this is wildly overkill. But oh well, it's gonna be like 4 HP tops. So we have Mini Hakuro, which I don't really like here. Mini Hakuros just gets better and better the more red mana you have, and right now we have none. We could go for Fragments of the World, just get rid of a couple of basics, get 2 random cards. However, 1-1 is a Nagi object here, it just seems like a better idea. And, you know, with this, the Dowsing Rods, everything combined together, we're just gonna end up with an inhuman amount of exhibits. We should get very, very strong by the middle of Act 2. And I'm not, like, desperate for blue mana here, so not interested in the mana color. Red would be nice, like, to have an off color, because, you know, we unlock more of Cirno's good teammates, but I feel like Izanagi here is the better option. Okay, so Windbeat is a very good card, and if we get Larva, it gets even better. The upgrade's also very nice, against retain. Definitely not Icicle Dance, but Moonlit Lotus isn't bad either. Even more with, you know, the leaf. But I don't feel like we have that many ways to spend our mana. Could go on like DPN scaling, I guess. It's Wimbits or Lotus. Maybe I got Lotus just because I don't have Larva yet, so the Wimbits isn't quite as good. It's very good though. They're both very good, honestly. I think I'm going to go for like some 2PN scaling if I can. Well, let's go ahead and pick up the Lotus. If we can upgrade it, that's guaranteed value with the other card. Okay, so do we start on Dowsing or do we start on the Elite? We don't have our spell card, which is what worries me the most. But if we don't go to an Elite, we're missing out on a lot of value from his Nagi object. You know, I feel like if we pick his Nagi, we have to go for the Elites, and that's it. If we lose the run because of it, we lose the run. But that just feels like the best option. It's tempting to also just go for 3 combats here, that way if I don't feel like I'm strong enough for the Elite, I'll probably have a decent chunk of money to spend at the shop. But that also means like I'm doing 3 combats for an Elite, when I could be doing 2. And 2-1 events have a pretty good chance to be good. Like we could have Patchouli, we could have like the EMP gun. Yeah, there's a lot of good events here, I think. I'm just gonna go here. I should have gone to the... Oh no, the top one is literally the same one. Yeah. Okay, so Long Night at the very least means that this recovers most of the mana we spend. And we just Frostleaf Razor for 30. And spend this to charge up Leaf. We can just graze both of her attacks, huh? So this gives us enough block for the Drowning. We gain 2 graze, one from the card and then another one from the leaf. And we get Kazumi and the flowers out. And we are already quite close to killing the brown girl here. Okay, the Lotus helps a lot. That way I get to just full block as much as I can while still playing all my teammates and attacks. Well, the grace is not gonna matter, but you know. Actually, I should have checked if like both knives plus this is lethal. This is like 8. Both knives would have been 16, 32, so 40 total. 55. Yeah, that would have been lethal. I missed lethal. Still, if we just spend Taiyo here for block, we take no damage this turn, and next turn Kazumi is still very much lethal. Right now it's 30 damage. We have guaranteed damage here, yeah. Let's just do it now for mana efficiency. Take no damage. And leave Razor for the kill. Garden Gathering ain't bad. The upgrade mostly. It goes to 0 cost. Thing is though, like... because we do have like Moonlit Lotus, so the extra card draw could be nice. But we're not exactly upgrading our cards a ton. Because, you know, Izanagi, Dowsing Rods, we're going to Elites. We're going to, like, we're not upgrading at caps. Don't feel like picking up cards that rely on upgrades. Yeah, I'm not gonna pick it up. Am I picking up carding or Cool Entrance then? No, I don't think so. Let's just skip here. Oh, Shimio! That is very good, very good. Best thing here, we have 2 upgraded attacks, so these are gonna be 2 upgraded attacks when transformed as well. Because, you know, note 2 upgrade status carries over to the replacement cards. So yeah, I'm absolutely picking up Transform here. We don't have any other characters pull, just our usual thing, so we're not gonna be like getting any random attacks with no synergy or anything like that. We could pick up Grow here. Grow would actually not be the worst thing ever. Since we're not gonna have like a lot of time to remove the attacks, like just upgrade our defense cards could be nice. But I think I'd rather just transform here. You know, despite the knife and the upgrades from the chopper. This is just way too much value, in my opinion. Even more than just upgrading basics. So yeah, let's go ahead with it. I think it would be a perfectly defensible decision here to just pick up Grow. But I think this is my best option personally. Okay, those seem pretty good. Riptide Plus and Guardian of the Sun are great. And you know, Rapid Landing Plus is like, okay, it's definitely better than a basic attack. We basically added like Scry 4 and draw 1 card to our 2 mana basics. Does cost 1 blue though. But yeah, Riptide is very, very good. Like the weak and the fact that it costs 0 is going to be great for us. So yeah, very happy about this. You know, there's a real cost because we did lose like some max HP. And we were above that max HP, so we did lose some actual HP as well. But, you know, I feel like that's fine. So mostly defense here. Kind of a waste, but oh well. The Purifier's not as much of a danger, let's just focus on the Scouter, I feel like. Yeah, just stacking up the leaf for next turn. Yeah, the Scouter is definitely the most dangerous one here. So we have Lotus, so we can go ahead and do this and look for our higher cost cards without issues. Dupion seems great here. Boundaries out, that's for sure. Arm could be useful next turn if we play Kazumi, which we might. Likely will, in fact. Yeah, because what I'm gonna do here is like Moonlit Lotus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get the race from the leaf. Play Kazumi. Got a shot here. Midsummer Flowers, and is that actually good enough? Yeah, this is actually lethal here. Because we have 2 firepower, so this is gonna deal 10, 11 with the lock-on, and the knives will finish off the combat for us with 9 damage each, so 1 is enough. Yeah, we're doing quite well, I'd say. There's another Daiju or another Kazumi or Flash of Spring. Flash of Spring could actually be playable here. Like the Rainbow from the Dupion, the Moonlit Lotus. Is it a good card on our deck though? I don't think so. Like if we're spending our Moonlit Lotus, we have better things to spend it on. I feel like just picking up another Digest here is our best choice. And at this point we are like, sure we're doing teammates, but mostly like Daiju into Midsummer Flowers for scaling. Which isn't bad, honestly. So yeah, let's pick up another Daiju here. Like this is like one of the very few starting cards that I actually don't mind picking extra copies of. That is a great honor, honestly, because starter cards are generally not great, that's for sure. I've been saying that a lot today, don't know why. The that's for sure thing. So... really wish I could play the Dupion here. But I wouldn't have mana to play the Rainbow because of the Long Night. So that feels like the wrong choice here. I'll go ahead and just kill one of the Manreiki with these 2. And the lighter, in case it wasn't obvious. Which means I'm killing the bottom one. And I guess this is good enough to block And I'll just pop one flower here. Honestly, with like double Daijo and Guardian of the Sun here, maybe I should consider that I am already kind of playing into Midsummer Flowers. Okay, this is... I'm gonna get one Grace from here. So this is good enough for the rest of the Grace, assuming I actually kill this. Which is not guaranteed. My only way would be like Daijo hitting. Actually, I have +3 on the Summer Blossoms. This is a kill. Because of the lock on here. Thought I'd be 3 off, but no. I have exact damage here. And so, in plain sight, fully blocks. And we can start fighting Kokoro herself. Except she just summoned. Let's start by looking at what cards we have here. Actually, I guess I could just check my draw file. So 16. If we use the Moonlit Lotus, we'll have Grace. I think I just want to get Kazumi to make sure this dies. And use my teammates. Yeah. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Use the Lotus. Daijo. Kazumi. I should have used Kazumi first, I guess, though if the Daijos hit here, that doesn't really bother me actually. Yeah, this way we can spend both flowers here. Have our Grace and have our kill on the Manreiki guaranteed with Kazumi if both of the others miss, while still dealing damage to Kokoro here. And yeah, at this point, I just need to defend myself. So let's... I was thinking this isn't good enough. We'd be blocking for 15 plus a Grace, but that we would be taking damage there, and we have no real reason to take any free damage here. We can just get a Grace from this. And pop for 20 instead. Okay, she's spell carding, but we only got hit by a single debuff in our time. We might have to Daijo though for block. Let's go ahead and... I want to get the Manreikis down as soon as possible. But I do want the weak on Kokoro here to reduce that 22. So we're taking 21 plus 8, 29. This is 19 now. And one of the Daijos blocks, the one with the least loyalty, so we have, I mean unity. So we have the other Daijo available as soon as possible. And I am gonna use Kazumi's active, so we can get rid of the Manreiki here. 11 plus 11, and we'll be taking no damage, and we keep progressing the fight, so that's great. Okay, so we don't need to block, because the leaf, as usual, is saving our ass. So let's just see what we have first. Guarding and in plain sight. I leave the in plain sight here for the next turn. I'm gonna draw the garden, but I'm not gonna use it. So my plan here is just to copy Daijo. Have another teammate for the long term. She has 4 firepower already, huh? So at this point, these are dealing 24, so popping the ult is 24 plus 27, which is 50 something. Not good enough yet, which means in plain sight here. This is already good enough. So we rabbit landing. Oh, and we can find our two teammates here. Let's just draw Kazumi. And next turn we'll draw another Daijo, but you know, the ultimate will actually be enough to kill now. And 3 damage. This is gonna be wildly overkill. In fact, like, look at this. I can pop both Flowers on the Manreiki just for fun. Guardian of the Sun. Pop the last one. And my teammates just finish off the job. Gotta give them, you know, some work to do every once in a while, keep them happy, get them some recognition. Okay, so we have Bicycle and Dango. Slightly late for the Bicycle, but, you know, we could still get probably like 2-3 upgrades out of this. So probably not many more, because our build seems unlikely to add a lot of attacks here, but, you know. Yeah, I don't think I'm interested in any of these. Let's see, we have a ton of garbage here. Let's see if we can get rid of, like, the chopper. Or, you know, just knife, stuff like that. Caracas or leaf? Oh, come on, Reno. You know I can do that. You can have my glasses though. That's fine with me. Okay, so we are at full HP, 100 power, so we have our spell card. This just seems like, you know, a prime moment for Douse into Elite, and we'll probably, you know, get a shop on the last part of the act. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Oh, Yomu, this is nice. This is nice. I really like Yomu's event. Well, absolutely not taking the mooncake. Just we are not desperate for upgrades. It's nice to have, like, you know, it can have prior teammates and stuff. It prioritized multicolor, right? Yeah. Maybe. Like, okay, this isn't multicolor, but like, oh, it's just extending armor, huh? It is a source of upgrades, but the creeping hunger is so awful for us. If we had, like, if we were on a shop path to remove it immediately, maybe. But we have a defensive deck, we can't be taking free damage when we play our defense. I wish I could take this. I'm not going to though. We're gonna transform a card instead. And this one doesn't follow Shimimaru's rules, so doesn't, like, turn defense into defense and doesn't keep upgrades. Let's just pick up Crystal Healer. Yeah, we've mostly added damage here, like our 2 block cards were in plain sight, Force Depth, and then we transformed into the Guardian of the Sun. So actually maybe I should instead. I don't like these shoots though, 117 damage isn't awful. And they activate our lighter. Ah, screw it, I'm taking away Crystal Shield. Waves of Reversed Scale. So people absolutely hate this card. I've heard like so much that this card is awful, unplayable, etc, etc. I don't dislike it quite as much, honestly. Like, on defensive builds, this is, for AoE, this is actually good. 18 damage immediately, and 10 extra per turn. Obviously the enemies get to deal their attacks first, but like, if you're playing defensively, this is honestly not quite as bad as people say. And it comes pre-upgraded, so I'm not unhappy. I'm honestly not unhappy with this. Yep, I think this is fine. Definitely, like, better than we used to have. And hey, it's even good on things like this, where if the attack misses, you're still applying the drowning. So this is 22. We'll be taking a bit of damage here, it seems. I feel like I don't want to like send Daijose out to die though. The one thing that would be good about doing that is like we can play the teammate for the second long night card. Yeah, actually that might be it, huh? Just play Daijo twice here, set up Kazumi and take away one Grace with the Midsummer Flowers. We have 2 Daijos after all, yeah, let's do it actually. I wasn't going to do it and I convinced myself into it. Because this is perfect block, gets rid of Long Night for only 1 card play, really. And we get to set up Kazumi. And, you know, just pop 1 Grace here. Don't really think it matters. I think Kazumi chooses randomly when they have the same HP after all. However, if Kazumi's, like if dealing damage to the enemy with the least life has some sort of actual targeting, please do let me know, because I'd love to know that. It would actually help me so much. So we're definitely killing one of these, which I guess is the front one because it doesn't have Grace. Open up with Shoot here. So the Midsummer Flowers deals extra. Kazumi will finish it off. Doesn't really matter, I guess. If we kill it ourselves, like Kazumi, it's gonna hit something else, doesn't matter. And just use our green mana for the leaf. At least we get to keep the Moonlit Lotus, which could be relevant if, you know, we just got echolocated twice, and if several of them attack us, we might be screwed without the extra mana. Doesn't seem like we are screwed though, just, you know, getting attacked normally. What I'm kinda tempted to do is like pop Kazumi and kill whichever of the Vats she goes on with Waves plus Danmaku after like Kazumi plus Riptide, I guess. That activates Grace, so ideally we'd go for the bottom one. Let's go ahead and activate her first things first. Guess it's the top one then. None of these are accurate. Yeah, I can just go ahead and do that, spend the rest of my mana on defense. So yeah, Waves might even get enough mana for like 2 leaf procs in fact. No, I think I'm gonna be one short. Unless I spend the one from here, I guess? Yeah, I can spend the rainbow from here, and that will be good enough. So, this is... No, this is wasting damage, this is wasting damage, I think. So, if I do this... Yeah, because I can Guardian of the Sun plus Midsummer with the extra mana from the rainbow. So let's do this first. Guarding here. Into rainbow. Use the Midsummer. Deal 18 damage. The knives are not gonna kill, but I have like 2 Grace, 12 block, so I'm perfectly fine as it is. I guess, you know, this is 1 charge on the leaf. That leaf has actually been like our best exhibit, it seems. It has prevented so much damage, it's not even funny. And yeah, the drowning keeps hurting them quite hard. And we have plenty of damage to finish off the combat. So yeah, another perfect combat. This run is going insanely well. Like, I don't often have runs this easy on camera, so I'm glad it's happening now at least. Some card draw could be good here, both for extending arm and, you know, spending our Moonlit Lotus energy. Because we have Riptide. I feel like the play with water here is very solid. Comes pre-upgraded, yeah. Very happy to pick it up here. So, any new cards we've got that deserve an upgrade immediately? I'm tempted on Leap and Moonlit Lotus. You know, these combine very well together. Extra copies on Leap. could be good on the Lotus turns, stuff like that. Could just keep dowsing, but you know. I feel like like a couple of upgrades here would actually be very solid for our deck. Like, if nothing else, just Lotus in plain sight and leap, and we're basically almost done with all the good upgrades we need. Obviously, like, Forest Depths would be good, the Daijo and Kazumis would be good, but these three are like the main components. I feel like I want to at least upgrade Moonlit. Yeah, let's go for it. Actually, let's think. We haven't faced an elite yet. Oh, we have. Which one was this? God, my memory's so bad for this. It wasn't Nitori, it wasn't Jomu. So I at least know I'm facing one of those two. I just can't remember which one I fought. Which is kind of sad. I never remember like the third elite. I always remember two of the three elites in Acts 2 and 3. I don't know why. Who the hell was this? God, I swear I'm not making it. I can't remember who this was. Whatever. I'm facing Nitori or Jomu. That's what I needed to know. And against both of them, the in plain sight upgrade for the extra grace is extremely solid. So I think this is actually going to be my first upgrade here. Here. God, I swear, this happens to me way too often. I never remember all three of the elites in Act 2 or 3. I always remember Act 1. It's like 3 fairies plus Ring plus Aya. So yeah, I do remember those. Is for some reason the Act 2 ones and Act 3 ones never come to mind fully. Regardless, we have to set up our teammates, I guess. Really don't wanna like Rainbow Danmaku here. Like, I kinda wanted to do the waves, but I'd rather do it when the drone is in place. And I don't want to do Rainbow, because even if I keep the Rainbow for next turn, I still have the Long Night. So let's just set up Kazumi and Daijo. We do waste, you know, our mid-summers, and we don't take a lot of advantage from the lighter, but whatever. We get Scouter. Okay, so this is actually something I absolutely despise about the Scouter. So, you know, here, it looks like I'm getting hit by 24, right? That is very obvious from... Like, this is debuffing and putting a Stars in my deck. This is attacking twice for 12. Like, this is 24 damage. Well, no, because this debuff is lock-on. So this is going to be dealing 16 times 2, if I remember correctly. So yeah, always keep that in mind, because it catches me out of guard every single time, and I get mad about it every single time as well. Still, we're definitely gonna have enough defense, plus the grace from the leaf, so I'm not worried this time. I'm just warning you so it doesn't happen to you, because it's frustrating as well. Okay, so I do think we can focus down the Scouter. Before Nitori starts repairing. Sadly, the Daijosei doesn't agree, but you know, each of us is entitled to their own opinion. Okay, so this is not gonna be easy here. Worst case, I can just Moonlit into a massive Force Depths. Makes me a bit sad, but the Riptide's going to go to Nitori, first things first, so I can weaken her. That is -8 total damage. So now this is 24, 28, 52 total damage. And this is 36 block if I don't use Moonlit. I'm definitely using Moonlit, so let's just go ahead and do it now. I could have copied it with Leap, but yeah, I guess that would have actually been best now. Because I don't think I'm copying anything else, now that I think of it. Okay, so we have 1 stack. This is 7 mana for green. We have an in plain sight here. So Rapid Landing gets us in plain sight, which grazes both of these, blocks most of this, and we're gonna get 1 more graze from the leaf. So yeah, this into the other thing would be... It's our last card, so we just discard all of these. And that actually lets me go ahead and copy Kazumi here. So that is actually ended up being fine. And the reason I'm copying Kazumi is I do want to focus down the drone ASAP. And Kazumi actually targets a specific enemy rather than being random like Daijo. And yeah, next turn, worst case, we can pop the Kazumis for the daggers. And the drone will die. And it seems like we're going to have to because we don't have enough damage. But this is 10. Yeah, it's 37 if we just do all of this, because we can't be sure Daijo will hit here. So I guess I'm doing this. Pop the first Kazumi active. And this is a kill here. And we just pop the throwing knife. And let our teammates keep doing their thing. And yeah, this is just in plain sight is full block, plus we're gonna have like leaf here, so we don't really care about anything else. Since she has the optical camouflage, rather than looking if I have a kill now, I'm just gonna do waves. And next turn, if it's not a kill, it will be very close. Yeah, there we go. 34 is like has to be a kill, right? We have 6 extra. So Midsummer's is 18 plus 21, that's 39. Halved, it's gonna be like almost 20. It's like about Kazumi here plus the knives finishes it off 100%. Plus we have a Rapid Landing here, so we absolutely have default. Rapid Landing, doesn't matter, just Kazumi here for knives. And her own attack already finishes it. So yeah. Oh, Tactical Conductor. This could be a game changer. Not with what we have so far though. So far it's only making play, well, only making play with water free, which is already massive. Which we can copy it with Lost in Paradise. So yeah, just that is already huge. Lunar Fang lets us keep some for block each turn. The fact that the more block you have, the more block you lose means this is quite a bit worse than the Slay the Spire equivalent, since that was like minus 15 each turn if I remember correctly. So it's not quite as easy to just make a massive permanent wall, but you know, still pretty helpful a lot of the time. As for cards, we do have a Larva here. Do we still want her? I think I do. Worst case, she is a source of upgrades that I can retain, so you know, can upgrade Leap and Lotus at the very least. So yeah, very happy to take a Larva here, I think. It is double green, which, you know, not super easy to play all our double green cards, but we are doing mostly fine in respect to colors, I feel like. So Fox Mask, when we play 3 attacks, King One Spirit, Dream Diary when you play no defense cards, game blue. We don't play enough attacks, do we? Maybe. The shoots, the arm, the Riptide, the flowers. Maybe it activates sometimes. Not sure how valuable the spirit is though. Meanwhile, Dream Diary. We do have Lunar Fang now though. Dream Diary possibly feels a bit better because, you know, we can get block from non-defense sources like Daijo and stuff. But Fox Mask is a way of scaling, so I think I'm just going to pick this up. And maybe I can focus on it on the combats I need to use it. And yeah, let's just go ahead and do combat event shop elite here. And we'll go to one of our shops to spend some of our money. Even if we're not dowsing, like, Dowsing Rods has already been plenty helpful. We don't need to, like, waste our time using it more when we don't need to. Okay, so, do I want Larva or Daio here? Daio did get upgraded. I guess it's Daio. We're doing a lot of midsummer flower stuff, so that also helps. And we can just spend 2 here for block. And as usual, just focus on the Scouter rather than the Purifier. You know, when I didn't think about who I targeted, I often focus the Purifier just because, I mean, it's higher and I just look at it more, I guess. But yeah, the Scouter is generally the better choice, I think, because it's the more dangerous of those. Any chance I could kill it here? That is 28, 35, plus a midsummer, 15 more. Looks like exact damage to me. Yep. So Lotus here, because it does let me. It's gonna be more than exact, because I'm gonna scale off of this. And just shoot. Riptide. Pop a flower. Scouter's gone, we have Grace and Block. We're completely fine here. We're even retaining our rainbow. And we proc the Foxmax actually. So that's nice. We got Purified. Oh, free play with water here. We got Purified, but I don't really think I care. Just pop rainbow here. Azumi into Daijo. Gonna focus down the Gloomy Kappa, because if you kill the Purifier, I think only one of the 2 Kappa that can appear actually starts attacking you immediately, and I don't remember which one it is. But, you know, there's no reason for me to risk it. I'm just gonna kill her. Should spend mana for the leaf, and well, probably didn't really matter because we have. Actually, I could have just activated Kazumi and the knives would have done it. But yeah, this is just absolutely fine. Just overkill the drone, and that's another free combat. We're just cruising through these, huh? Wrath of Nature is absolutely great. We have 2 Daijos, we're using Midsummers. In the end, we went for kinda like a hybrid thing, so I'm completely fine with that, honestly. Okay, we have 2 spell cards, ton of exhibits. There's no way I don't win this, right? Because, you know, I've had a pretty bad experience recently with this on a run that I thought was amazing, and because of how strong the 4 drone turn 1 is, I actually just died that combat. But, you know, I don't think it's possible for me to get screwed up here, is it? We have a ton of AoE, so this is 36, plus the spell card, should already be good enough to kill. None of them out of hand, but the droning will actually kill several. Okay, let's just pop the card. And I'm going to kill one with the extending arm for reference. Speaking of which, let's focus on spending our our green mana on equivalents. Is it this? Oh, this is actually going to kill. I must have miscalculated. Oh, the lock-on. The lock-on is what I miscalculated. So is this actually lethal on all of them? I think it is. Yep. Yeah, never mind. Forgot about the lock-on. That makes this much easier. Oh, and we get the portal gun right before shop. That's weird. There's a Fairy Intellect upgrade. Goes to 1, which is even more free card draw thanks to the Conductor. So I'm picking this up. Sword of Hizo. That's great to have. 5 damage every turn. Oh, actually, Not against Tenshi, it isn't. Hopefully it won't matter, but you know, I did miss that. I guess against Tenshi we likely want to copy Daijo and pop like 3 Daijozei ultimates at once for a massive amount of Midsummer Flowers. Possibly upgrade them with Larva as well. Yeah, we do have like a burst combo. We just have to survive until then. So the bamboo seems like quite a solid combo with our leaf, so I'm already tempted by that. Is the ladle relevant at all? I don't think it is. Okay, it might be. Like the lotus, lip, the skills we're going to get. It's not super great though, I think. Even though, you know, we do have conductor, so that combos well, but yeah. Social butterfly could give us just an option for infinite scaling eventually. Just to have an out for Seija and Act 3 boss. It basically be like pick up a curse so we can have better options for our late game, and we're doing so well that I don't think a misfortune really hurts us that much. So this could be a reasonable pick, I feel like. We're probably upgrading here, because, you know, I kind of want to upgrade the Fairy Intellect. So it costs 0. Cold Logistics is also great. Our deck is mostly solid already, not sure we need something to find any specific card really. We're going to cycle through it quite fast anyway, so the Seek isn't like... the chance of just picking up any card isn't that important. Is Best Friend a good option here actually? Just max out 2 Daijos, immediately ult them for flowers? That doesn't sound awful. Sounds pretty good actually. But we already have like defense as a way of doing that. Plus the grays and stuff. Yeah, okay, so I have 300. So bamboo plus clean energy plus an upgrade is 200 of it. 200 plus, basically like 230 something. So the best friend isn't happening. Cold Logistics isn't either. Because I do want all these 3. So maybe it's just the butterfly and that's it. Like the Midsummer Flowers are common, so the instant body isn't like the worst thing ever. But like, it doesn't feel necessary. It feels overkill to scale up on damage that much when the flowers are already scaling on their own. We have a lot of commons though, huh? An instant body upgrade can pay for itself. Let's first do this. I know I'm doing this. Do I want instant body now? Maybe I just pick up a charged tambourine. Or apply it on Tenshi when she's like half HP, and that way bursting with flowers will be a lot easier. That sounds like the good option here, honestly. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's not complicate ourselves. Let's just go for the things I know are going to help me. Ignore everything else. Okay, so starts off with 21 sometimes 3. So like these 2 could easily just be it. 1 grace plus the block. Actually, the block alone is good enough, huh? Yeah, I'm going to be wasting the flowers, but this sets up Daijo and gives me full block. Oh, I had a ton of free card, huh? Well, if I find the Lotus, I could still do things then. Let's try. It's not like I get to keep the card draw for later anyway. Didn't find anything. Found the teammates, but I can't play them. Oh well, I think it's fine. Okay, so maybe copy the clean energy here? That seems good to me. This is gonna fully block one attack. Actually, with the Riptide, maybe even more. I'm going to get one Grace from the Leaf. Yeah, I'm already taking only like 2 damage. So this into Boundary is good enough, and I'll scale up more flowers. With the Daijouseis doing some damage and taking up their Unity for, you know, the Midsummer Flower spam. Okay, this just seems like an easy choice. Standing Arm. In plain sight gives me all the defense I need. And the Wave just starts dealing damage with the Drowning. And, you know, just for leaf stacks. We get to retain our Lotus and move ahead. Still have some of the Grace, so it shouldn't be too hard to dodge all of this. But next turn we are getting spell carded, so hopefully we'll have enough damage off of a single ultimate since the other Daijou is at 5. Let's see what we draw first. Nothing relevant. Okay, so let's just spend the green first if we can. Okay, we're fully blocking this turn. She's going down to around 100. Yeah, 109. So do we have enough flower spam to kill her? I'd say if we can take the Grace down first, we might. Yeah, this looks good, honestly. Because we have Shoot here for the Grace. Now we have 6 extra mana. We're gonna get 1 from Kasumi, 1 from the Garden, 2 from Daijou. Yeah, this should be good enough. For sure. Didn't calculate it, but I really don't think I need to in this case. Like, worst case, Kasumi does have her active, and Daijou is gonna deal 6 more. So... yeah, Kasumi active. Pop the Lotus. Knife, and that's a kill. Another 0 damage combat. This doesn't feel like Lunatic 7, honestly. This has been quite the run, that's for sure. Even more defense off of attacking 3 times thanks to the Hyotoko mask. And you know, the heavy base run could help this way, giving us some temp firepower as we play for our teammates to use later. Okay, another Fairy Intellect with the Tactical Conductor just feels illegal, honestly. Not even gonna think about the other options. So, do we need an upgrade or are we dowsing again? Leap and Lotus are still unupgraded, so... I'd say... okay, so this gives us... if we use Leap on this, and it's upgraded, that is plus 4 mana. And we get plus 2 on it. If we upgrade this... and we copy this, it's plus 6 mana, but we don't get the extra. So upgrading Lotus just feels like the better option first. Because it's better on its own, and it's the same when copied. So yeah. And yeah, should be aware that Tenshi could screw us over. So I definitely want to set up a combo finish rather than rely on just normal damage. Weaken her here. It's going to help. Fairy Intellect. I don't think I want to scale Sir, in fact. It's like the wrong option to take here. Well, let's go ahead and Daijou. start scaling flowers and block her attacks. Gensokyo also procced, which is helpful. Yeah, she's going to like spell card us quite quickly. We have way too many things that activate her. So yeah, let's assume it's going to happen and play around it rather than try and prevent it. Leap into Lotus here. We're going to fully block just off of the in plain sight. Question is, do I want to spend one leap for both Larva and the garden? And I think the answer is yes. In plain sight for the block. Larva and garden get us more flowers. And the idea is, if I have Larva here, when I pop the midsummer flowers, I can just upgrade them immediately and deal a lot more burst damage. Next turn, she's gonna spell card either defensively or offensively. Best theme for us would be if she just uses her defensive one. That way our frail and our vulnerable will go away before she does the special sword. But I think we're probably fine for now if she uses the offensive one. Yeah, Spirit Sign, freedom from worldly thoughts, that is good for us. And I am actually going to do the... This doesn't cleanse her, I'm pretty sure. If it did, it would say it here, I think. So I can vulnerable her just fine. Go ahead and play with water. Discard Eviction. And yeah, I feel like we're not going to be able to attack her next turn. But the turn after is probably when we kill her. We're going to have Daijuzei ultimate. So yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Pop both flowers. Christ, I didn't think it was that much damage. Maybe I should have actually done Larva and maybe tried to kill this turn. Can I still? Plus 15, so 27. With the update, it's gonna be more. And the vulnerable even more. No, there's no way I can do it still. Yeah, let's just play it safe here. Rainbow Danmaku. Use the rainbow. Get a Daijo. Which we're probably gonna use for block next turn, honestly. Okay, so she goes flawless, gains firepower. Spell card says I can weaken her. This is gonna heal her, but it's also going to like prevent quite a bit of damage. Yeah, minus 12. Intellect, boundary, intellect, boundary, and that is like I can take 1 damage. I'm fine with 1 damage. Thank you very much. And I guess I'll just set up Kazumi for next turn. I know this heals her, but it also scales my future flowers, so I think it's worth it. Not using the shoot though. Yeah, at this point she has so much energy, she's just going to keep spamming spell cards. But it's not gonna matter to us, because the thing we're going to try and do is just kill her. We're drawing like infinite extra cards this turn, except, you know, we can't actually do it, because our hand is already full. Yeah, this is free. And now I just go ahead and Moonlit. Pop Daijo. Pop Larva upgrade. Scale up even more with the rainbow. And this is definitely overkill. Yeah, no, this is like 60. This is 69. And Cirno is truly the strongest. So we get Tangrous Barley Rice, Stone of Fire, or Backdoor. So Backdoor is tempting. It lets us do our double green. Our green mana is extremely valuable thanks to the leaf. And it is removable for like 2 shoots or like some of our basic defense. Just half our deck be a ton of like cycle and good cards could be good enough, honestly. Stone of Aja doesn't really interest me quite as much. We don't have a lot of multi-hit or anything like that. However, there's actually an argument for picking up the Tengu's Barley Rice here. Our spell card hasn't scaled a ton, but it has scaled some. And you know, if we get our spell card like every 2 to 3 fights, both because like we're gonna get 20 power every fight, plus whatever we get from the fight itself. Plus, you know, we have Tango here. So just scaling up the spell card massively actually sounds like it could be worth it with Barley Rice. So it's either of these two. Not sure which one, but it is either of these two. Like, our deck is already really good though. That is why I'm not quite as interested on the off-color. Just removing our like 1 crystal shield and probably 1 shoot is like already huge for our consistency. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do backdoor here. There's definitely an argument for Barley Rice, but when our deck is already this good, I feel like the extra consistencies is better and better. Not sure, like, the boundaries make good use of the extra spirit we generate, but the shoots help us generate it, so I'm not sure which one do I remove. I guess just the shoots. As for our rare, Fairy Assembly, Cold Logistics, and another lip. Fairy Assembly doesn't seem bad here. It is extra card draw, and the increased hand size is honestly relevant considering, you know, double Fairy Intellect and teammates. Cold Logistics isn't bad either, but you know, as I mentioned before, our deck is really consistent already, so it feels unnecessary. I think I'm just taking Assembly here. Upgrade would also get us to our ultimates a bit faster for like hallway fights and stuff. Leap is also an option though. Like with this much card draw, Lotus, Leap could easily just be the option as well. I feel like I want this though. It's very rare that I actually get to make use of the increased hand size, and in this game it does feel like it could be relevant, so I'm going to go and pick up Fairy Assembly. And we're definitely strong enough that we can just go for like triple elite here as well. So let's just go ahead and do it. None of the paths that lead to an elite go for anything other than, you know, triple combat, so screw it. I'm just hard forcing it rather than making the smart decision of going for something that gives me an out if I don't want to do it. Not a good start though, I'll admit as much. So could draw like Riptide. What could I draw for defense? Mostly Green, so I do want to leave my Green up. So let's just go ahead and do this. Wait, this is 4 cards, this is 5 technically. And it leaves me more mana open for a choice later. Let's open up with this then. Even if it's, you know, 0 damage. Okay, in plain sight here is full defense. And we're gonna have Boundary and Love Letter next turn, when it will be much easier to not take damage while playing the love letters, because the long night will be gone after the first card play. And we're gonna have one grace from the leaf at that point, so, and the extra mana from the bamboo. So yeah, we can just play the love letter here. Free draw, and yeah, set up Daiyo, set up Kazumi, and play a boundary, and take no damage. And at this point we'll hopefully be able to just play every love letter we find, and not have to worry about her, and she'll just die on her own. Actually, maybe not just die, we do have Leap. Maybe we don't even have to kill her. Maybe we could be allies instead. Weaken her at the very least. Make hand space while she still has her full stacks. Intellect again. Okay, so the sleep into a love letter. I am still going to have to go through my entire deck. But, you know, it is an option. Taking no damage here thanks to the grace. Might have to just use my teammates so they stop hurting the enemy. Okay, so that is already full stacks. And I should have one here still, yep. Going to go ahead and pop Daiju here for both block and to stop her from dealing damage. And at this point we just have to find our last love letter. And for those of you who didn't know about this Easter egg, I do show it off in like some of my other videos, but you know, if this is the first time you see them or something, when she has no stacks left, if you play an extra love letter, which in our case we did by copying it with the Lost in Paradise, you play an extra letter, and she'll get a stack of Flattering Heart, which does increase the damage she takes, but most importantly, helps her find true love, and gets you a combat wing, making everyone happy, and getting her special exhibits. The love letter. +1 maximum life. Yeah, as you can see, it's not like a massive deal, but it is, you know, nice. She's in love. Okay, let's move on. Don't think we need another Riptide. One's good enough. Summarize and Frost Refraction or like whatever. If I had like Potted Udonge, maybe the Summarize would be more interesting. It is like good with like Leaf and stuff, but the fact that it's not immediate energy gain makes it hard to plan around for all our card draw. It goes well with Fairy Intellect though, because we play Fairy Intellect and the Summarize, and the next turn we get both cards and energy. Doesn't sound awful. But I think, like, as I mentioned before, if I'm not sure if it improves my deck, and I already think my deck is great, skipping is in the worst case just still having a great deck, so yeah, gonna skip. Unless I'm really sure it's an actual improvement, I'm not gonna bother, you know, making dumb choices. Okay, so this is 20, right? Yeah. I'm gonna graze one, and the garden will take... Actually, the garden is already good enough anyway. Okay, I'll just go ahead and garden. Daiyu. And I guess pass the turn. That leaves our leaf on 4 stacks, so it should be easy to get it now. We lose a Fairy Intellect sadly. Let's open up with Cling Energy to see what we draw. This is free right now, and we want to get Suwako as soon as possible. Let's find some of our other cards. Okay, this looks quite a bit better. Yeah, open up with Lotus. We have enough Philosopher's Mana for this. And we get 2 firepower to Spirit. And we just keep mauling Suwako here. Spend the rainbow so I can rabbit landing. Okay, this just looks insanely good. I'm going to get 1 more grace. So this is all getting graced. And then Suwako's only dealing 1. So yeah, let's just draw what we see. Discard. I guess I'm not gonna use Daijo, so I'm probably just playing waves here. Very intellect. This is 25, so tambourine kills, but like I don't want to use tambourine for 1 HP when maybe you could even save it for the boss. Sanae. Yeah, not gonna do much to Sanae, huh? Could save it for Seija though, so yeah, no reason to use it is mostly the thing here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. All of them are going to die at the end of their respective turns. Get 9 block to take 0 damage. And well, Daijo just made that a lot easier. But the combat's already over. Or not, she had barrier from something. Not that it matters, but you know, I did miss it. I guess her first attack shields her? Wasn't really paying attention. Okay, so obviously, Fairy Intellect is amazing, right? 0 mana draw 2, just Pot of Greed, no memes here. Thing is though, if we find first turn Cup Seija, this is suddenly not free anymore. And other than Cup Seija, I'm pretty sure we win pretty much anything. Which means that we are actually allowed to play around her. And if it is Cup Seija, do I care about having 1 more Fairy Intellect? Like, is that bad? I guess we could still like copy our free attacks and stuff, copy our teammates. I have to be careful though, not just put and more of these in my deck. I'm gonna limit myself. I already have 3. I'm just gonna say from now on, no more Fairy Intellects allowed in our deck. Okay, so this is 15. We already have 8 block. So let's just go ahead and spend 3 mana here on 4 steps, ignoring the Long Night. And considering you have Fairy Assembly here, I'm pretty sure we can just Moonlit Lotus and then draw. Yeah, draw a bit more with Play with Water, discard Eviction, and we found 2 Fairy Intellects, which just makes this completely insane. They have a lot of grace though, so not sure if we can actually get them right now. I am aware that this ruins the scaling on Danmaku, but I'm more concerned about the immediate impact rather than the possible future scaling. And seeing our current situation, I'm actually not even gonna go for it. I think just play Daijo. Riptide, and we get to Midsummer, and Wrath of Nature is going to deal quite a bit of damage to her. And we've also set up a teammate for next turn. Our massive block is not going to be affected, we get to keep a bit of it from the fun. And yeah, at this point, this just feels like a one fight. So let's do waves. to remove 1 grace from everything and apply drowning. And also, importantly, make hand space for fairy intellect. I'm gonna get 1 grace, so I need 22 block. So it's like, yeah, x equals 2 is good enough here. And if that's good enough, I guess I can just do this to get part of it already. And yeah, this will actually be good enough with x equals 0. Or not even that, because we got the Hyotoko. But, well, I don't really have much else to do with my mana anyway. Like, the Spirit News is not gonna be relevant. So I'd rather take 1 less damage than exile something that we're not gonna see because the fight is gonna end before the deck shuffles. Yeah, in fact, there we go. Not gonna pick up anything. The Force Depths is slightly tempting, but we already have one. It is tempting, honestly. Like, how much block do we have? By type... I think it's enough. It's not a ton, but it is fine. Plus, you know, we have the dowsing emergencies. So yeah, we can skip here. And go for the elite, as mentioned. We're gonna fight ourselves and Aki here. Hopefully the heal. Yes, perfect. That is the easiest among the choices for us here. Let's open up with some free, quote-unquote, card draw. Not free because, you know, Long Night, but might as well be. All things considered. Are we going for Cirno or Aki first? Cirno scales harder, I feel like, than Aki. So yeah, let's fight ourselves. Okay, so we're definitely taking damage though. And I'm assuming there's no way I can take no damage here by just killing Cirno. Doesn't seem like we have, you know, enough damage for that. I can definitely try though. Well, let's open up with Frigid Blossoms. Scale ourselves up. So that was green, but I have... the only green I have left is Larva. I guess it's fine actually. Because I'm probably gonna use her for upgrades. And now we go back to blue, so start with Kazumi into Riptide. Upgrade everything, including the rainbow. Flower. Flower. Get the knives, and we are very slightly short, it seems. That is quite a shame. Can't even use this again if I wanted to. But yeah, we're slightly short, but you know, in the end we're gonna take like 5 from here, so 8 block, 17. Considering how good the combats have been going until now, I feel like that's fine. God, 1 off, just 1 off. I wonder if I made a missed sequence song where that cost me like 1 temporary firepower from the drum. Probably. I probably did because I wasn't thinking about it at the start. That's such a shame. Oh well. We're not gonna have to worry about the combat anymore at the very least. Just Tayo here. For a flower. Make hand space. Wrath of Nature gets us 2 more. And yeah. So yeah, A key, like I saw this mentioned on the Discord, I think either today or just today, doesn't get accurate until turn 3, so Grace is very good early on against her. Because I knew she had, I never really bothered looking at her conditions or anything, so I didn't know when she had it. Yeah, now I know for sure. And honestly, with Moonlit Lotus and guarding here, we can just go ahead and try to finish this off now, and if it doesn't happen, we don't really care anyway. But yeah, guarding plus Daijo makes this 2 flowers, and this is actually going to be good enough for the kill. So yeah, 17 damage, but you know, we have some healing with the Dango, and you know, we're not really taking damage in combats anyway, so whatever. None of these are interesting. Let's see what we get offered from Zumi here, from Zumiraku here. Okay, so Tail of the Bamboo Cutter would be hilarious, but you know, it's not good. Actually, what if this is an anti-Cup Seija? Like, it doesn't bother us to just have the ethereal card for the rest of the acts, and if Seija does have Cup turn 1, and we can just draw into the Bamboo Cutter first turn, that actually gives us enough mana to play our cards without the discount. Because I thought this was like an awful idea, but how about picking it up as insurance? Is that good enough? Honestly, I feel like it's not a bother to have in like normal act combats, and it is like actually insurance. Could even upgrade it just so it scales faster, because against Seija we don't have infinite time or anything. Goes well with like our leave, goes well with our card draw, with our X cost block. It's here somewhere. Here it is. I've convinced myself. Tail of the Bamboo Cutter is generally not a great card. It has no immediate impact, and it takes like 2 turns just to give back the mana you spent on it. But I think for our purpose here, it is Seija insurance, and if I don't need it, like, I'm pretty sure I've won the fight on the run already. So yeah. Hopefully this doesn't bite me in the ass. I don't see how it could. Well, I do see how it could. Like, easily, like, we get it turn 1 in every combat for the rest of the run, and we just end up losing HP on turn 1s until we die. But you know, barring the absolute worst case, I don't see how it could possibly hurt us. So we don't have any anti-curse or curse benefit things, so I'm definitely not picking this up. Am I fighting a group of random enemies? Probably. Definitely not picking this up. Our turn 1s are already like not the best, and this takes away 1 mana on turn 1, so yeah. And I guess it has to be this option regardless. So let's go ahead and do the fight, which, by the way, for those who don't know, well, the encounter pool for each part of the act is different, and the Geidunte event, the option of fighting a random group of enemies, simply picks a group from this section. So we're gonna fight a normal combat from like 4 levels higher, I guess. But, yeah. The event simply picks any enemy from the last part of Act 3, like from that part of the pool. Okay, so I think we start off by just drawing at the very least once. We don't have any card that, yeah, that was just the random mana from the Izanagi object, so we don't really have any reason to keep red. And here's where maybe we could have played Dupion. Thing is, I only wanted to play Dupion if I drew like mana generation, so I guess I can just draw first to see if I find it now, and if I don't, I didn't want to play it in the first place anyway. Okay, so I can play the Forest Depths, ignoring the Long Night extra costs. So this is 8, this is 28 total, so 20. I think I'm fine with taking 2 damage, if that means I can do like this for 18 block and set up Daijuse. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Get rid of Long Night here, set up Daiju, and at least half a teammate up. And immediately we lose her, but you know, if he takes that card, it's not taking something else at the very least. Okay, let's go ahead and try to end Suiko here. So those were our free attacks. We have energy generation, so let's see if we can get something here. Yep, I'm sorry Larva, but that is way too much good stuff right behind you. This puts it down to 7 cards, so the draw 3 is not going to overdraw. Discard, I guess, the tail. And we've already cycled through the entire thing. So there is still a Daijo in here, right? Yeah. Because I kind of wanted to do Wrath, but I guess Fairy Assembly here is not like a great play. And I have so much AoE damage that I can probably just go ahead and this, into the waves. Kazumi taking no damage already, so flowers here. And shoot here. Kazumi is going to kill one of them. Didn't really care who, because I'm mostly doing this so I can get the knives. And the knife kills another. The drowning is going to leave her on 14. And there's basically no shot that we don't finish the fight here. Yep, it's Riptide. And another easy fight. Jesus, we're strong. Like, we started this off because the leaf just basically saved us inhuman amounts of HP. But at some point we just started beating every single fight in like 1 or 2 turns. A Block Toys is probably a bit too late for it, but you know. Extra cards, we might see a couple of extra cards that we're interested in. Okay, so turn 2, we can actually just gain massive amounts of grace, but turn 1 we're getting hit for 32 accurate. Let's open up with some of our card draw. So 32 accurate. This is 19, goes to 32, yep. And because Long Night goes away, I even get to play one of the flowers. It's only gonna be 2 damage through the block these ones have. I guess 4 because of the lock one, but I'm gonna start with this one, I guess. Not like the, or is it the lighter actually matters. Because these are all immune to vulnerable. Okay, in plain sight here is absolutely great to see. Tambourine is going to be useless in this combat. Okay, this might actually be good enough for a kill here. In the energy. Play Daiju. Definitely killing at least the bottom one. Yeah, this... If I just get like 2 more firepower, Riptide just kills here. So... This one here. I need to play another green card, so I guess I'll play Daijo. Oh no, Riptide here kills, Midsummer here kills. Yeah, you just have so many exhibits on getting so much free stuff. So many discounts, extra damage, etc, etc. I'm just inhumanly powerful right now. Not interested in any of these. Maybe the Liberation, maybe Play with Water. Is it not Play with Water because I already said I didn't want any more Fairy Intellects, which means I'm not gonna get Playing with Water and upgraded for the same reason. Careful to Liberation though, like if I don't need the card draw, it is still 1 mana block, so I'm going to pick up one of these at least. Okay, so we just have Leap to upgrade off the one from the ones we mentioned were probably are good ones, right? Yeah. And then if we get more upgrades, it's probably gonna be Bamboo Cutter and Fairy Assembly. Bamboo Cutter just so it's actual insurance. Could also Purify, but you know. At the very least, I am getting the Leap upgrade before I start Purifying. And yeah, after that we'll decide whether we Douse or Purify. But this is an upgrade for me. A border sensor. And Clown Piece is going to be free. Absolutely the easiest Act 3 elite in my opinion. Not close. Daijo. Midsummers. And we get to set up Kazumi as well. Our deck has a lot of AoE too, with the Danmaku Fighting and the Wrath of the Wrath, the Waves. So hopefully we'll draw some. I'm just playing the Lotus here for hand space because I know I'm definitely like looking for those cards to end this fight very quickly, or at the very least kill the extra fairies. This should be good enough. Yep. I have 14 mana, Jesus. I can just, go ahead and do like 3 Riptide on one of the ads. Copy the Wrath of Nature twice. And I am going to lose a couple of flowers from this. But Wrath of Nature, 1 flower. Not a couple, just 1 flower in fact. I get 2 here. Damage here. Another Wrath. Kazumi should take care of the butterfly. So we just get to do 1, 2, 3. And we could draw cards, but there's not really any reason for it. So let's just go ahead and spend some more mana for block. And yeah, turn 2, Clown Piece is already half dead, and we didn't let the extra fairies take a single action. And now it's just going to be super over. Yes. Got larva here. I guess I'll just in plain sight. She is leaving this turn, but she's not leaving for long. Yeah, TNT, everything else. Double free attack. Wrath of Nature just stuns it. Or actually, we get to play 1 more flower. We get, do we want the Sulphone? Yeah, we don't have any astrologies or anything like that. No Sake, no anything. Yeah, we don't Sulphone. Gensokyo Chronicle here. we have like one ability, I think. Yeah, we just have, well, I guess we have tail, but mostly fairy assembly. But, you know, it is there. Honestly, the cool rose is kind of tempting, considering how much card draw we have. And the fact that it blocks, unlike the Riptide. Though the Riptide does a bye week. Remember, that's always very relevant. But again, as usual, if I'm not 100% sure that it's good, I'm just not going to pick it up. Oh, it does have synergy with... Oh, but if we pick it up because we're worried about Seija using Cup, then we can't rely on the exhibits for it. So yeah, that's a skip. Could have picked up, if I wanted something like very, very speculative, the block that gives you more block the more mana you have, in case I wanted to have it as block for Seija with the tail, but whatever. So watch is kind of useless at this point. Like, I'm gonna probably not add a single extra card to the deck. If I do, it's gonna be like 1 or 2 tops. So yeah, 1 or 2 that might not even be skills. It's not worth it. Does tape have targets though? Other than the basics, which, you know, are still, yeah, it has 4 steps and Guardian of the Sun, so yeah, it does have targets other than the basics. Probably gonna be 1-1, ideally it's 2 for the non-basics, but no. 1-1, yeah. Statistically, that was the most likely option. And yeah, just not gonna go for double combat, because at this point we just don't really care. Just trying to get to the end, honestly. The attack. Vulnerable, doesn't matter at all. Weakness does though. And I guess just set up Daijo for an extra damage instance each turn. And guard him for the block. Gonna go ahead and heal with this, because we don't need the other options to win this combat without issues. More card draw, more! Because Wrath of Nature is damage in an area. I overdrew, by the way, I just didn't really care here. Wanted to see what I got before I actually used the flowers, honestly. And I did get the waves, which are going to be very useful. Set up another Daijo. Okay, so I do need at least 1 block. And I can use the rest of my mana for a flower. And the Daijos keep attacking. Yeah, at this point the run is like almost over. There's very little that could present a threat to us. And it's basically limited to Seija pulling out Cup. Oh, the overdrew because of the Tumbling Hammer Planche. Okay, so she now has accurate on everything, so we're gonna need at least a slight amount of block. So what I'm gonna do is play my cards, and then I'm going to force depths for 2, I guess. Is this good enough? 13? 27? Nope, 1 more. There we go. And I guess just Wrath of Nature for AoE damage. TNT, everything else. Yeah, like when runs are this over, they tend to be slightly boring because, you know, there's barely anything we have to do at this point. Just play our cards, and the game will. We could play our cards almost randomly, and the game would end on our wing, I think. Like, if I just had a script now, just play my leftmost card every single combat, I'm pretty sure it's still managed to win. Oh, 0 mana news fab. That could just be infinite. Or it's also Cirno, like Seija insurance with the card we have. It's great. Getting 0 mana news fab. That's it though, not interested in these ones. Just event. Don't want the misfortune, so I guess I'll play the life. We're at the gap. I mean, dowsing at this point just feels entirely pointless. So I guess I either purify or upgrade. And this is just extra unity. Let's just upgrade our insurance. And yeah, we haven't played it like a single combat so far. I was very explicit and very serious when I said that it was literally better just for Seija. Although, you know, we might get some use out of it this turn. We discard eviction order. I'd rather just... Would I rather just get rid of this permanently? Yeah, I think I would. So let's do this. Tail of the Bomb Gutter. Heal up a bit with the Gensokyo Chronicle. And honestly, let's just wake her up now. And there we go. Our Grace is definitely effective against her, at least this turn. So let's just get our card draw. Riptide. And Wrath of Nature here seems very solid. We're gonna deal quite a bit of damage with the flowers. Okay, so the only way we can play 2 more attacks is if we play Kazumi. Oh, actually, I was gonna say Kazumi's active, but actually, the flower's good enough. And yeah, just play waves. Now we have 2 Grace, 21 block, which is good enough for this turn. Thanks to the weakness from Riptide. Okay, so there's this combat, Sanayas and Sages, so there's literally 0 reason to not use this. Okay, yeah, this is just it. Discard the Tambourine, because we don't need it. Larva into Leap on the flowers. Oh, I thought I had the... Oh, that's my bad. I thought I had 12 hand size. I guess I didn't. Regardless, carding of the Sun. Pop, Larva's upgrade on everything. Now just extending arm. Flower, flower, flower. And, you know, this is already over from the teammates, but let's see what we draw. Do we have any abilities left in the deck? We still have the... Yeah, we have the Fairy Assembly. So we could heal 2 off of it, if we find it. Guess not then. Because even if we find it now off of the Rabbit Landing, we don't have the mana to play it. two mostly useless relics exhibits at this point. You know, extending arm would be kind of funny, but yeah, doesn't really seem like we need it ever. And lastly, do I even care about the fairy assembly upgrade in the end? I don't think I do. So is there anything else I want to upgrade? Maybe Larva herself, because she's never going to be upgrading herself. But she upgrades my other cards. Or I could just, you know, douse for fun. Or Purify. I could Purify my shoot. Let's Purify shoot. Okay, so yeah, Zanaya technically is good against abilities, because she's going to gain, you know, firepower whenever we play one. But not only do we barely have abilities, like the ones we have benefit us so much that we could honestly just use them and not care about her gaining anything. Which I don't think I will regardless, but you know, just thought I'd leave it there. Okay, we could Lily here. In fact, as I mentioned earlier, there's not really any reason not to. Okay, waves would be another amulet stack down. But honestly, what I think I want here is scaling off of the Rainbow Danmaku. And then leap on the rainbow itself, generates this mana. And we get to play these, play the waves, remove her last amulet, and just go for more Midsummer Flower scaling. And let's just keep what we have in hand for now. But yeah, we have like 2 firepower, 4 spirits. We're gonna draw 6 extra cards this turn. And we have 2 grays still from last turn left over. Just get rid of these. And technically this gives her firepower, but like, come on now. Let's have some larva upgrades here. Extending arm. Like, we're just going to keep getting grays, aren't we? Yeah. Yeah, we have 1 more grays and we leave it at 1 stack left. Could even like use the rainbow if we wanted more. This is just so very over. And yeah, let's just play Kasumi for our next turn. Like, our damage technically needs a little bit of time to scale, but even Sage is like kinda screwed at this point, I'm pretty sure. Like, we might not get her like turn 4, which is the fastest possible, but we'll be close to that, honestly. Let's not discard, since we're going to discard off the news fob anyway. How much damage? 29. Let's get rid of these. The force depths can do the rest of the block we might need. And we're gonna do this too for a flower, so... Yeah, in fact, thanks to the Hyotogo mask, we don't even need to block any extra. So let's see what we have here. Okay then! If you're just gonna give me like more free card draw, guess I'll take it. Rainbow, more scaling. I hope you're enjoying this, and I know I am. Oh, we can keep going. Not that it matters, because I'm just getting more defense, but you know. Well, actually, technically it does matter, because it's more temporary firepower from the teammates. So they're dealing slightly more damage here. Yeah, each temp firepower is like 3 extra damage. And, you know, you've been a great opponent, Sanai. Very tough, very challenging fights. But my team says I have to let you go now. So, goodbye. No miracles allowed. So guys, do you know what this is? This is free Midsummer Flowers. So yeah. Honestly, just Lotus just because of the card seems like the correct idea. But I don't think either of these matter. It's Ice Block or Lotus, but probably Lotus. Yeah, let's just pick up Lotus because we have infinite card draw anyway at this point. Oh, speaking of card draw. But no, the easy option here is just, you know, remove or block. Okay, another flower generator now that we have like 3 flowers of the old lunar sake. And you know, just some free card draw, I guess. Nope, no. Do we have to do we want to upgrade or remove? If we want to upgrade, we don't want to spend money here, and I think we want to upgrade the Moonlit Lotus. Yeah, let's go ahead and just get out of here. Cap, upgrade Moonlit Lotus, and let's completely ridicule Seija. Is it the cup or is it not the cup? It is not the cup. Seija did not come prepared for us. So I guess we win the combat. So we already have the Karakasa block. Let's just go ahead and do this. Wrong choice, Seija. It should have been the cup. Yeah, okay, so I'm just gonna randomly play my cards if you guys don't mind. Rather than commentate, so we can, you know, finish this a bit quicker. Keystone mana technically helped. More flowers. It's free. Reverse scale. And you know, just for funsies, we even get to play the Bamboo Cutter. And we're gonna be overdrawing a ton of cards with the Fairy Intellect here. So let's just, at the very least, get rid of a rainbow. And I guess if we're doing that, like, we don't really need Kazumi either. So let's just knife Seija here. And that gets us to the damage cap too. I guess, or that wasn't quite as low at ramping up as I thought. Probably, you know, thanks to this getting us like 4 or 6 free mana. It looks like we might be taking damage this turn. How about we don't instead? Free attack. Oh god damn it, the replenish. And I was even thinking about that I wanted to draw this too, so it shouldn't have caught me off guard, but, you know, it did anyway. New Sfab here. This replenishes, so it's probably the best discard. And I'm playing the card draw for sure. So I guess I'll just discard a Lotus. Not like I need a ton of energy after what I just did. Sorry, Larva, you're going to be food here. Because I'm going to use you to upgrade my cards. And that means Fairy Assembly here is going to give Unity to my Daijosei's. And they'll actually maybe have time to ultimate this game. Only Lotus, just more damage. And now we play the Flower Concerto. By which I mean we just play every single flower the universe allows us to generate. We're not even dealing damage at this point, I'm just scaling them up and getting damage off the Hyotoko. Let's see if we can get some more block here. We can. We can in fact also get scaling. Oh no, because I'm only drawing one card. Okay, I guess I'll discard it then. Play with water. Boundary. I'm already drawing like a full hand, but you know, this is just too fun not to do. I think I could go infinite honestly, but I'm not gonna bother. Maybe I couldn't. Maybe it's a few too many cards. Regardless though, like I don't need to go infinite. Should be extremely obvious for anyone at this point. Gonna leave Seija at like 100 HP, and at that point, just ulting Daijo and using the flowers should be good enough to finish her off. I like scaling, so I'm gonna do the Dupyeong, Wrath of Nature. Just 2 flowers here is going to get us to damage cap almost. 40 off. So let's see what else we draw. Just a Rapid Landing will be good enough. Doesn't matter what we get. Oh, technically not at the cup. Oh, there. Yeah, this is good enough. And you know, just set up more card draw for next turn, just for free. Not as if we need it, we literally have lethal on hand. Just our exhibits alone almost killed the crows on their own. But yeah, we don't want Seija to feel lonely where we're sending her. So the first thing we do is just get the crows. So Seija has, you know, some company down in hell. Scry 4. Here's the Wrath of Nature. And here's the flowers. But, of course, we've let some of our teammates have the kills on some of the less important enemies. But for the boss, we gotta do it in style. And that is the easiest win I've had in weeks. Okay, that was, you know, pretty nice. Definitely happy I'm recording. So yeah, here's the test run. Honestly, this was actually an insane one as well. For reference, I left the run because I was kind of bored with how easy it was, and I wasn't recording because it was just to familiarize myself with the character. But like you can see, this was like, what was this? The starting bonus off of Rare Exhibit as well. So I actually got it twice in a row. And yeah, this was pretty nutty as well. Like, had a nice block, had a Blizzard Plus that I used early on. Just insane defense here. Ice Barrier Plus, Ice Block Plus. Social Butterfly for our offense. So yeah, this run was... In fact, I remember this run because like, I showed it in the Discord and I was like, why can't I get runs as good as this when I'm recording? Which granted, I guess. So yeah, that's a run here. Izanagi object plus Dowsing Rods ended up with 32 exhibits, which is a pretty massive number. So yeah, definitely pretty happy with how the run went. We even had, old Lunar Sake to show off how easy it makes the Midsummer Flower build on the last act. If you like boss swapping and you boss swap on Cirno B and you ever get, on any Cirno, and you ever get old Lunar Sake, just build Midsummer Flowers. That's it. Just play any card that generates flowers. It'll be the easiest win of your life. But yeah, we ended up not even playing the Lily of the Valley on the last combat, so it was still in our deck. The one we had no reason not to play. But that was the run. Yep. Next one, I'm really feeling like Song Marisa. I think wanna go back to playing some Red Marisa. I do like big bonks, and that is not a playstyle the modded characters I've played so far enabled super well. I guess Touhou, but I ended up playing Black Touhou, and that was quite the struggle. So yeah, I just want to go back to some simple hitting things hard strategy. So Marisa B is probably going to be my next character, and then I'm not sure, maybe I'll do like just so I give the other characters some loves, maybe one Reimu, one Sakuya, and either I do these two first or I just ignore them entirely. After that, I'll probably go back to the modded characters I've done and play the alternate exhibits they have, so you see the other playstyles. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the run. Any suggestions or any requests for characters, weird runs? One thing I saw on one of my videos early on was like someone saying it's a shame that a lot of old seeds were like broken. But if you have any cool seeds that you wanted me to try, and you didn't want to mention what they were, so like just for fun, you can drop a seed in the comments and go like, hey, there's a cool thing if you pick this starting bonus. I want to see how you try, and stuff like that. That's also something I could do. Like if you give me interesting seeds, I don't mind trying to record them. And if they're interesting enough for me to record, I'll most likely have fun playing them. So win-win. So yeah, that's about it. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.